Hey guys, it's Ben. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week was fantastical. Mine was okay. It was better than it was last week, my week. So that's an improvement, and I'll take an improvement. What are we going to talk about today's vlog? Well, first I wanted to catch up the people that may not know what's going on here. I'm a guy that went from 250 pounds down to 149 pounds, and I dropped my A1C from 10.6 to 5.4 in 3 months. So to say Mounjaro worked for me would be an understatement. It worked well. It worked very well. In fact, my neurologist would argue that it worked too well. And what do you mean by that? Well, if you guys watched last week's vlog, you'll know what I mean by that. He thinks that by my losing that A1C so quickly in that 3-month period of time so much, that I developed this thing called TIND, which is treatment-induced neuropathy of diabetes. And it's the treatment, and it can take place with the Mounjaro or any other diabetes medication for that matter that lowers your blood sugar that quickly. In that short amount of time, your A1C that is. It has an adverse effect in the fact that you can develop neuropathy from dropping blood sugar that quickly. At least 60% of the people that drop that fast develop a neuropathy. I developed mine in my foot. It's really super painful and it wakes me up at night 2 or 3 times a night sometimes. I didn't have neuropathy before I started the Mounjaro. Therefore, when I started developing the neuropathy, I kind of put 2 and 2 together. The only thing that had changed in my life was the fact that I was taking Mounjaro. So I thought it's got to be the cause of my foot pain. So I quit the Mounjaro, and within a week, my foot had gotten a little bit better. Not much better, just a little bit. I was hopeful that it was going to recover all the way, but nope. After that 1 week, it just kind of stayed the same. I'm still getting woken up in the middle of the night 2 or 3 times a week now, but it's going to get better because this last week, I went and saw my neurologist last week, and he gave me some stuff. He gave me some supplements, he ran some tests on me, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. And he feels confident that he's going to get me to a place where I'm able to sleep all through the night, every night, without the neuropathy pain. And I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, you guys, so like I said, I started out around 240, 250, got down to about 149 pounds. Today, I'm going to show you my naked body because pounds is one thing, talking pounds is one thing, but showing you the visual of where I went from and where I went to are 2 different things. Now, in the photos that I'm going to show you, or the video that I'm going to show you, this is at my 180, 190 point. This is where I weighed 180, 190. I had a gut. It wasn't massive, but it was big. And I was overweight, no doubt, 180, 190. Mounjaro got me down to 149 within 3 months, which was great. But by losing it that fast, it affected my blood sugars to the point where I've developed neuropathy in my right foot, which I am now being treated for. So, is it preventable? Yes, 100%. TINS is preventable. And what he told me that primary care doctors are starting to do now is they're keeping closer track of A1C levels. And if I would have gone in with that A1C level that had dropped from 10.6 to 5.4 to my primary care doctor today, they would probably tell me I needed to start spreading my Mounjaro shots out further. Like instead of taking them every 7 days, I probably should have been taking them every 10 days. And instead of going up as soon as I could from 2.5 to 5, I should have waited until it was no longer effective at all at the 2.5 dose and then go up, right? You want to do this slowly. It's always best to do things slowly. And he explained to me that due to the dramatic decrease, your body interprets that as something being wrong, and it's trying to counteract the massive shock to your system that you're going through. You're putting your body through some shock for sure. So he explained to me that by titrating up slower and by spacing out my shots further between my shots, especially for me, a guy that this drug works very, very well on, that would have been better, and I probably could have prevented neuropathy altogether had I done that. But this is such a little known thing. This has been around for a while. TINS has been around for a while. You could develop it on metformin even. For the people that are very receptive to metformin. For the people that the metformin works really well on, where it drops your blood sugar really rapidly, they can develop TINs. And in fact, they have in the past, and that's where it came from. It's just now coming into the mainstream with these GLP-1s because the doctors are just now, I mean, the amount of people that are being prescribed this drug now, it's incredible. Just over this last year, how much it's gone up in prescriptions is ridiculous. So with more people being prescribed this, these kind of like outlier side effects are starting to surface. And he says that he sees this TIN situation quite frequently in his neurology patients that were put on a Mounjaro type medicine. So he feels like he can cure me to the point where I can sleep all night without waking up in the middle of the night. He's not 100% sure he can get rid of all my pins and needles, but he is sure that he can get me sleeping through the night, no doubt. So I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait until that starts happening. We ran some tests last week. He went on vacation this week. He'll be on vacation next week and the week after that, and then he comes back. So I got about 3 effing weeks to wait for my next situation. But he did give me some supplements to take in the meantime, and I've been taking them now for a week. And I must say, I think I've noticed an improvement. Definitely have noticed an improvement. I'm going to talk to you about those supplements in just a few minutes. And I'm going to show you my naked body as well, from my waist up, you guys, waist up. Because I think it'll show you what effect this drug has had on my body in a real sense, not just in a weight sense. I went from 180, 190, 149. That's one thing saying it, it's another thing seeing it. So I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. But before we do that, let's get into my update real quick. So you'll remember my doctor said that if I started averaging 140 on my blood glucose weekly or above, then I needed to probably go back on some kind of a diabetes medicine. But in the meantime, let's just see what happens with my diet and my exercise, the limited exercise that I've been able to do with this foot. The exercise should be picking up when the foot starts feeling better, I hope anyway. So like I said, I'm still not over 140 this week. This week I'm at 133, which is high, but it's not terrible for a diabetic, really. For some people, that's a normal thing, and some people will be prescribed being a pre-diabetic at that level, maybe. For me, I know I'm a diabetic. 133 still not. I'm still not happy with that, but I'll take it because it means I don't have to go back on any medication. And some of you guys in the weight loss area are asking, well, you came off the Mounjaro 3 months ago. Have you been gaining weight? Well, no. And I decided back then, 3 months ago, that 149 is that's too light for me, right? It's too small. I need to be between 155 and 165, I think. That's where I felt the best coming down, and that's where I want to be from here going forward. I've been trying to gain weight for months. I went from 149 to 153 last week. This week, we don't know yet. I haven't weighed yet. I'm hoping that I've gained a couple more pounds. I'm hoping that I hit the bottom of my goal weight target of 150 this week. If not, I'm going to be okay with that, and I'm just going to need to up my intake game a little bit more, my eating game a little bit more. And that, of course, means more healthy foods, not processed foods or anything like that. Anyway, so I'm safe from having to go back on the diabetes medicine for now. I'm interested to see what my weight is this week. So let's just get that out of the way this week. My weight last week was 152.8. So I'm hoping for 154, 155 this week. All right, here we go. Well, that's not looking good. Not really sure what to say. 145.8, you guys, is the lowest I've ever weighed. Well, since the last time I weighed 145.8, which was probably pre-middle school. 145.8, that's not where I want to be. Man, I never thought I was going to have these kind of problems, you guys. So in answer to your question, will I be able to maintain my weight loss without being on the drug? I think I will. I need to work a little bit harder at gaining weight. I was hoping that I would be at 155 today. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little concerned about 145.8. That's a pretty big loss. But like I said, I've been sick the last 2 days. I spent the entire day in the bathroom yesterday. Probably lost every bit of water weight that I was able to lose yesterday. And I even went a little bit more this morning. So let's give it a week. Let's come back a week and hopefully I'll gain some pounds back. Hopefully I'll be back at the 152.8 level and we can work from there. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that, you guys. So earlier I was telling you, I'm sorry, I'm a little, I don't know. Okay. I was telling you how my neurologist has put me on some supplements and I wanted to talk about them because I think they may be helping. I'm not sure. It could be in my mind. It's only been a week. But he sent me home with orders to stop by the pharmacy and grab some over-the-counter stuff. He put me on vitamin D3 right here. I'm taking one of those a day. He told me to pick up some B12, just like many of you in the comments have been saying for months that I should be on a B12. I should have been. I should have been on a B12, but I wasn't. And then the prescription he gave me was this stuff called duloxetine, 20 milligram capsules. He put me on duloxetine 20 milligram tablets. It's an antidepressant, but I'm not depressed. It's just supposed to help with the neuropathy. So far so good. I noticed an improvement this week. I was actually able to sleep a little bit better most nights. I still had a few nights where I was woken up middle of the night. So I would say an improvement overall, but I think that this is something, these supplements are something that are going to have to build in my body over time. So we'll give it another week and I'll report back on it next week. Now, for the promised nudity. I told you guys earlier that I was going to show you what my body looks like. So let's just get into it. I'm going to show you the before. What it looked like when I weighed about 180, 190. And then this is what I look like at 145.8. $145.8, you guys, this is what it looks like. Starting to get a little bit more definition, but you'll see, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, I got that little bit of flab here, and that's okay. I'll be working on that when I can, but well, this is a problem that I never really thought I was gonna have, trying to gain weight and not being able to. I wonder if they make a drug for that. I bet they do. Holy crap. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna ask my doctor for one of those drugs. It took me too long and it was too much work getting it off in the first place. So I do not wanna be at 145.8. I wanna be at 155 to 160. And I'm gonna start working harder on gaining that weight this week. But like I said, I was sick all day yesterday and sick this morning. So I spent the last day and a half in the bathroom and I probably have zero water weight left in my body at all. So that might account for it. So, but let's wait till next week when I'm feeling a little bit better and I've had just a normal intake of food and water and I'm retaining all of that like normal. So let me know in the comments if you've had any issues with the Mounjaro. Have you had the TIND syndrome? There's not many people out there that have been reporting that. And I'm just curious to know how many people watch me may be experiencing that same thing, or even better, if you've been diagnosed with it, let me know. I'd really be interested. I'd really like to know. I know I'm not alone. My neurologist says he's got several other patients with the same situation. So, all right, you guys, I guess that's it. I'm kind of bummed, so I'm gonna sign off for today. I really appreciate all the support and the comments that you guys have been leaving. If you have any questions for me, if you'd like to see anything from me, I'll be happy to explain what I'm going through, or from my perspective, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have from my perspective, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry I'm a little distracted right now, y'all. Oh, man. See you next week.